Hello, beautiful people from across the lands. It is your girl, Tashana Nicole. Join me on my journey to financial independence by eliminating debt, creating multiple streams of income, and inspiring others to dream again. Hello, if you are new here, welcome back to my hopeful peeps for returning. Today's video is such an important conversation, as I wish somebody would have sat me down and broke it down to me when it came to understanding my credit score, because there was a lot of financial decisions that I made just due to the negligence of not knowing. And I do not want you to be in that similar situation, or even if you are, it is time to understand what a credit score is, how it's calculated, and what certain financial decisions you need to make to help it go upward and not downward. There are 4 key areas that your credit score is calculated, which is payment history, credit utilization, length of credit, and credit mix. Now let's get into what all of those categories actually mean. First, your payment history. Your payment history is worth 35% of your credit score calculation. This is the biggest area out of all the other 3 areas that I mentioned. Your payment history is such a heavy weight on your score. Now, your payment history is usually marked particularly for what is called revolving loans. And those are loans like student loans, car loan, credit cards, a mortgage. These are the type of payments that are reported to the credit bureau. So anytime that you have a missed payment or that revolving loan goes into the negative, that heavily impacts your credit score. You want to make sure not only that you're paying your borrowers back, but that you're paying them on time. Because again, that payment history is 35%. And that is the biggest chunk of your calculation for your credit score that is taken into consideration from the 3 credit bureaus. The next area is credit utilization, which is 30% of calculation of your credit score. Now that is just a fancy way of saying how much credit that you actually spend when it is loaned to you. So for example, if you have $100 that was awarded to you in credit, if you follow the rule of thumb of not spending more than 30%, you will not spend more than $30 on that credit limit. By doing that, you are showing that you are responsible with the credit that is given to you versus maxing out the card, which is shown as a high risk. And so when you are awarded any type of credit, you want to make sure that you are not spending no more than that 30%. And if you can get even lower, that is better and would really, really help boost your credit score. Next is length of credit, which is 15% of your credit score calculation. Now this simply means the amount of time that an account has been open. This lets borrowers know your financial behaviors when it comes to managing credit. Now sometimes if you are on a debt-free journey like I am, when your length of credit is about 15% and you are paying off debt, sometimes that can have a negative impact given the length of history that is associated with that particular debt that you have closed out. So you want to keep that in mind if you are on a debt-free journey and you're closing out very old accounts that's been open for quite some time and possibly have been in good standing. That may have a negative impact on your credit for some time, but there's other ways that you can kind of balance out and bring your credit score back up. But sometimes people who are on a debt-free journey, they kind of get frustrated. It's just like, hey, I'm paying off all of this debt. Why is my score going down? Particularly with the length of credit, that is one of the reasons why when you begin to close out those accounts that had a very good long history with the credit bureaus. And the last section is credit mix, which is about 10% of your credit score calculation. And your credit mix is simply having a variety of revolving loans. Borrowers like to know that you're able to manage different types of account. Again, this is another way to monitor your financial behavior when you have a revolving loan. And remember, that's things like a student loan, car loan, mortgage, versus having just student loans. It's good to kind of have a variety of those different loans because borrowers like to know that you have some level of financial responsibility and different type of loans that you may have taken out. Having variety loans is another way for borrowers to see that you are low risk. With the credit mix, you do want to be careful when you are opening up credit in your name, which is called an inquiry. And an inquiry is something that once you are applying for any type of credit, the credit bureaus are notified. And so depending on the type of credit you are applying for, particularly a hard inquiry is something that goes on your credit report. You don't want to have a lot of inquiries happening at the same time because this can be considered very high risk in that borrowers were kind of penalized in a matter of maybe not allowing you to open up that loan or penalizing you in a way where the interest is very high. So when you are applying for credit, you want to be mindful to not do so many in the same time window and be careful with that because that does impact your credit score as well. I hope you found today's video helpful. Understanding how a credit score works was something that was so eye-opening to me as I began to take the steps to do better with my credit history and improve my credit score. Now, I am not, a credit advisor or anything of that nature. And like I say in all of my videos, this is just for educational and entertainment purposes. But I do highly encourage people to educate themselves. So even if they do go out to those credit advisors or credit counseling, that they have a basic understanding of how this all works versus just handing all of your problems to a person and expecting them to fix it, because they may be able to fix it, but if you don't understand what got you there in the first place, you're going to find yourself right back where you started. And that is not helpful on any financial journey. So it's definitely important to empower ourselves with the financial literacy, because we are using this and making decisions that is impacting our lives directly. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with someone that can use it. And always remember, until next time, dream, believe, and achieve.